back. It's Sauce Bell Show. Hot.
We're in love.
Jay.
Hey, I'm streaming, by the way.
All right, so back to a little this and that by
Or that or this.
Jerry Lambert gave me the questions. Figured this would be an interesting one, and it was an interesting one. So should I just start it out with saying who all participated into this or that?
Everybody who participated, and then we'll do that.
And then we'll do the percentages, and we'll add our stuff in there. All right, so participants was Andy Stiltner, Josh Whittington, Robert Ford, Randy Hartman, Dougie Miller, Brian Weaver, Fred Albrich, Mike Durr, Tony Gamble, John Page, Tracy Robinson, Mike McKay, Shauna, Mike Hardesty, Greg Martz, and Amanda Riggleman. We had a pretty good turnout for.
Yeah.
All I did was post it up there, and these are the people that wanted to play. And Jerry Lambert sent me the questions. So, are y'all ready for question number one?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, Black Sabbath, Ozzy, or Dio? Do you want me to get the
This
percentages?
or that or that.
No, we'll go with us first and then the percentages at the end.
Wow.
All right, let's go. You want to just start then? I'm
Yeah.
putting string right on the spot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ozzy or Dio?
You know,
Black Sabbath, Ozzy?
Yeah.
So we're saying Black Sabbath, Ozzy or Dio?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ozzy. Yeah.
I'm gonna pick a shocker.
I like,
I know. I was surprised.
I'm picking Dio.
I like Heaven or Hell.
Neon Nights.
There's a lot of, damn it. I don't pick much. I don't pick much.
Even
You know I'm going
TV
Ozzy.
Crimes.
Yeah, I'm going Ozzy too. I mean, that's what I think of when I think of
It's
Black
like,
Sabbath.
Me too.
It's like Sharon Osbourne said, with Ozzy and Dio, Ozzy was the blues singer, Dio was more of the opera one.
I can see that.
Yeah, he definitely had
To a
that
point.
theatrical.
So, and 87% said Ozzy. So,
87%?
yeah, so do I call out who
Nah,
said
they
Dio?
know who they are. They know who they are.
Why don't we just do it?
Well, do it.
Well, just.
Greg Martz and Amanda Riggleman said Dio.
And me.
And Jerry Lambert. All right, so next question. Van Halen. Dave or Sammy?
That's an easy one for me too.
I'm going Dave.
I'm going Sammy.
I'm going Dave.
Well, I was torn because I love all Van Halen's collection. But Brian Weaver said Dave was cooler, but Sammy was more talented.
I would agree
And
with
I
that.
agree with
but
that.
84 is like,
Yeah.
that was
That's
like my bread and butter. So, like,
You'll find out here in a little bit.
oh, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I agree with Brian Weaver. Dave was cooler because he created that whole genre too, as far as front man. I mean, Eddie created guitar wise, but Dave, he was a showman. 100%
Yeah, got
showman.
them where they were.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can't deny Sammy.
And Mike Hardesty said the same thing. He's like, he picked Dave, but he's like, Sammy. He's like, you gotta love Sammy. So, all right.
They did better with Sammy than they did with
Oh, yeah.
Dave.
I
Yeah.
won't deny
Ever.
that. Yeah.
But I mean, Dave took them, made them what they were. But Eddie altogether is,
Eddie is Van Halen.
Yeah.
No matter
Oh,
what.
I agree with
yeah,
that.
that's the fact.
I think I read this one thing they were talking about that Eddie had a problem with the record label because they wanted him to do like more like Dave stuff, but he wanted to do his own thing. He wanted he wanted to stick in that one
Yeah.
thing.
And
That's
you
it.
got to. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to break
And-
away from the.
Well, I think they did. I mean, I love both eras.
Yeah.
I love the Dave era
Yeah,
and
and
the
you
Sammy
look-
era, and they're completely different.
Every
Oh, they
band
are.
has evolved over time into. I mean, some bands stay true the whole time, but you have other bands that kind of evolve with the times. And that was a band that evolved with the times.
Yeah, they
and then
pulled it
They
off.
were very successful. with
Yeah.
it.
Agree. All right, question number 3. Metallica or Megadeth? And percentage, we decide we're gonna pick first.
Yeah, let's pick first. Damn. Wow. Because if you go career-wise, I'm going Megadeth, but
Them first four is hard
I
to
know.
beat, man.
I'm going Metallica. I got
I'm going Megadeth.
Why you Megadeth?
I thought, well, one is almost like we saw earlier. Risk is their worst album. Everything else, Megadeth kept on ahead. Metallica,
Well, I mean, that's
I
true.
don't-
I agree with that statement, but for me, Metallica's what got me into.
Megadeth.
I never heard of
Well,
Megadeth until well after I was
but then
into
again,
Megadeth.
you got to remember, Dave.
Oh, I-
that was part of Dave's stuff.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
If it wasn't for, it probably wasn't for Dave, Metallica may not have gotten anywhere.
Oh,
No, them
Totally
riffs
agree with
started
that,
a
but-
lot of it. I'm going Metallica though.
And I'm going Metallica just because, man, it's like, dude, them first four albums
Yeah.
are hard to top.
Yeah.
And Master Puppets alone, I don't even know. I mean, I love Megadeth stuff. No, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if Megadeth's got an album that's stout. And Rust in Peace is a stout album.
Yeah.
Master Puppets is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
All right, so
And that's the opinions of each other.
and the opinions of the survey
The
says
surveyors.
62% went with Metallica.
Metallica.
So it was pretty close.
That's,
I mean,
actually, I'm kind of that's surprising to me, honestly. I would have thought a higher percentage for Metallica, but that's good. It's a better balance. I like
And Tony Gamble said he was sorry, but he was going with Megadeth.
It's all good.
But it's all
That's-
music.
that's
It's
what-
at the end of
that's
the
what-
day.
Yeah, that's all about the music and what you like, and there's no wrong answers here. That's
right.
what it's all about.
All right, so number 4 is Black Sabbath or Led Zeppelin.
Oh, that's an easy one too.
Black Sabbath for me.
Sabbath.
Sabbath.
I'm going Zeppelin.
Of course you are.
I've
You're on
never
that
been-
side of the
I've
tree.
never been
Yeah.
a big Zeppelin fan. I mean, they got it. They got good songs out there. It just never grabbed me. in
Oh, I
that
love
way.
Zeppelin, man. But I'll take Black Sabbath over him any day.
I mean, and both bands are big time pioneers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Definitely.
but Love's right. I mean, for the stuff I'm listening to now, Zeppelin was more in touch with that stuff.
The Power Flower stuff.
Well, not even the Power Flower, just more melodic, I guess.
Yeah.
Melodic hard rock.
Yeah.
You know, is Led Zeppelin.
The power chords and
And you know, Black Sabbath, I mean, they created all the heavy stuff. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
they were responsible for all that.
the drop D, baby.
And you know, that was a fairly close one. I mean, Black Sabbath still won at 56%.
Damn, that's
But you know,
pretty
that's
close.
Led Zeppelin.
That's better than the Metallica one. That's more evened out.
Now, when I did this and they started coming in, I thought it was going to be a sweep. I was like, man, nobody's going to pick Zeppelin. That's like, gosh, am I going to be the only one that picks Zeppelin?
No,
and
you
then,
know they're going to be good at picking
and
Zeppelin.
then you know,
Yeah,
then
I would have never thought you would be. I don't know that I would have thought that would be a sweep
No, I would never think it would be a sweep.
because there's. Yeah,
but it was like, but it was weird. It was
When
like,
it first started, everybody was
yeah,
doing
it
the
was
Sabbath.
Sabbath.
route.
It was the Sabbath route, and then Zeppelin. But then it started rolled in.
Yeah.
I guess us late bloomers, you know, were like Zeppelin a little bit more. And nobody really commented either way, you know, why they picked one or the other. But that was 56 is pretty.
You had some comments along on the questions.
Yeah,
but
some
not,
people-
not everything. But
No,
just
not
here and there
everything.
type of thing.
Some people just wrote, you know, why they.
Little comments.
Yeah, like you know, even the thing where Mike Harsty put, you know, love. He's like, I like Dave, but love Sammy Hagar too. So it's kind of like a hard thing to pick. All right, so Jerry Lambert wanted to know for number 5, 1984 or 5150.
84 for me. I said that a while ago.
I
I'm
take
sticking with
5150.
it.
I'll take 84.
All right, so y'all, why are y'all 3?
84. That's what I mean. That was like the first Van Halen for me. I mean, that's my pride and joy there. I mean, that's
Jump,
my bread and butter.
Panama.
Oh, yeah, everything. It's a great album.
Even Eddie Trunk was saying.
5150 is a great album too. I'm not going to deny that.
Eddie Trunk even said, because when that album came out, he's like, what the hell is this? Because this isn't the Van Halen I know.
And that's right. I mean, you're exactly
He
right.
really
Yeah.
had nothing.
No.
I was like, no. It's So you listen to like Willing Children first and Diver Down Slugget.
See, that's
Blink
I didn't hear
different.
any of that first. 84 was
Yeah,
probably
that-
my first. I
that's
might have
what I
had heard a song or two here and there, but 84 was like probably the first
The
memory I
introduction
have
of Van Halen.
of Van Halen. So for me,
Yeah, I heard
I was
all
late
that
for the
stuff.
show.
yeah. See, I'm a
compared to
late
like
bloomer
you.
pretty much across the board.
I mean, you were in the metal before I was. When I met you, y'all was already hardcore metal.
Yeah, actually, because I was thinking about that. Like, one
See,
question
you
I
were
had-
probably you were probably Van Halen before even 84 come out.
Yeah.
I mean, seeing that, I'm like string.
So
That's when
think
I
you
was.
listen to that stuff, and then 84 is like, what's the damn keyboards for?
yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of
It's
like
very
That was the
keyboard heavy.
introduction. Yeah.
Yeah.
kind of like when Evans Priest when they brought in the keyboards. It was kind of like, what the hell is this?
No, actually, I like Turbo album.
Well, I do too, but I mean,
Turbo
I'm just
Album,
saying
that's a good album.
that's kind of where.
Yeah.
Now, why'd you say 84?
Because I like David, and that's the Van Halen that I like, and I like that album better. And by the time 5150 came,
Well, you were already exploring.
yeah.
Now, see, with me, 84 was exactly like string. That was what I was introduced to. And, Jump, I remember hearing that on the radio all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Paint 'em All, Hot for Teacher. I mean, that album,
How can you not? I mean,
Hit,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's almost, to me, 84 is a Desert Island album.
oh yeah.
I mean, I just think it's, but I like 5150. Now, I was thinking today, me with these two albums is kind of like Highway to Hell and Back in Black.
I was like, Highway to
That's
Hell.
hell.
No, but I mean, I'm just saying that's kind of, you got two
Yeah.
great
It's a
albums
side question.
with
Hey, I
with two
had
different lead
questions too.
singers. I mean, and
Yeah.
both they were probably they're both. I would say they're both successful albums.
Yeah.
Is them two albums, and that's kind of where my comparison was. But I'm
Well,
going
if you actually
84.
look Successful. 5150, you probably did way better.
Oh
than
yeah.
1940.
Yeah.
I'm
Big time.
But I mean,
Easily.
as
But
far as 1984, Jump was like what somebody told me today. What brought I think Mike Hardesty said made Van Halen mainstream.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think it's more commercialized to a point, but it's definitely more mainstream. I mean, it's
Everybody
it's
know-
almost the same thing. In my
After
book.
84, everybody knew who Van Halen was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we all
MTV
knew
had-
Van Halen
and
was.
MTV had started and
Yeah.
the videos, and I mean,
And then from there on, we knew who Van Halen was.
Yeah.
Not that 5150 is a bad album because I love
won't
that
deny
album.
that.
I mean, but it's just I guess I always have a special place for 84.
Yeah. Same here.
All right, so question number
Did we
6.
say what the percentage was on that?
Oh, the percentage was 68% said 1984.
I like being the oddball.
It's good sometimes.
Well,
Very good.
you're not too oddball. That's 68%
I
ain't
don't like
bad
this
odds.
next question. I seen it. I was over the shoulder here.
What's Love gonna pick? This is gonna be a good one for Love.
Oh shit.
Pantera
Ooh,
or Slayer?
Pantera.
Slayer.
That's not hard for me.
Boy, that's gonna kill him.
Come back to you. Do you need a minute?
Do you want to call like Austin?
Yeah, I want to call out.
You had
Pantera.
Jeffrey card.
Yeah, I want to just sign out on this one. I want to opt out on this question. No, I'm going Pantera. I'll go Pantera.
I'm going Pantera.
I
mean-
think
Slayer, man.
I
Fucking
call it-
I mean,
Slayer.
Slayer. If there was no Slayer, there'd be no Pantera.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I agree with that. I mean, I think that, but man, it's like if I'm going to go to my collection and I got to pick, it's Pantera all day long. I mean, it just
Slayer
is.
for me.
And that's
I'm not going to
Yeah, I
say.
ain't gonna get into that one.
For
I don't
me,
know.
I think Slayer was a very. They were a band that a lot of other bands looked up to and got them into what they were doing. But for me, I think Pantera. They kind of hit that stage where music, when they got weird,
yeah. That
they took
that's
that
another
flag,
thing.
and I think if it
They
wasn't
true,
for them,
man. They storm trooped
Yeah.
through the '90s.
Slayer carried on. I'm not going to say they didn't, but they kind of hit a weird stage where I don't know. I
But
like
you,
their earlier stuff, They kind of hit that middle ground there where it was like,
God hates
After
God hates
season-
us all. That was kind of
Yeah.
like,
After Seasons of the Abyss, they
That
kind of
music
went
in
through
Diablo.
that.
Season of Abyss. Oh, love that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm just saying after
that's what I'm
that,
saying. Like the first
South of Heaven. I
four
mean,
or
yeah,
five
Their
albums.
punk cover
So
album.
like Metallica, huh?
yeah,
Does.
yeah. But Pantera progressed like us and me and Love always talk about.
They hit right before,
But
and
you-
they carried on through.
Like they had a number one album with Far Beyond Driven, and number one album that even on the billboards, which they didn't give two shits about, but they released Great Southern Trendkill, which is heavier than Far Beyond Driven.
Yeah,
They
that
just-
was a band that
Yeah.
progressively got heavier and heavier and heavier.
Until they destroyed
When did that
themselves.
come out? Pantera? 90?
The first one? Or the Cowboys?
Yeah. In
80,
1990?
89, 90?
Because actually, I was reading an article, which
look
this
that
is
up.
where I got a problem with your Judas Priest category. They actually say that Judas Priest Painkiller was the album that actually kept metal alive in 1990.
See, but man, it's like I don't know. I've always thought, man, Pantera carried that flag. I read in Rex's book
1990.
where Rex said that
Painkiller
Metallica
that
did
same
load.
year. I thought it was
And it was
1990.
garbage.
Metallica did load, opened that
Judas
door a
Priest
little
Painkiller.
bit for Pantera to come through, and they just
Yeah,
take it
I'm
over.
kicked
telling
it
you,
down and took it.
Yeah.
Painkiller should be number one.
Again, opinions.
I don't know. If I had to pick between Painkiller and Cowboys, Painkiller is a good album, but I'm going Cowboys.
All Cowboys
All
all day
day.
long.
But y'all know how I feel about
Yeah.
Priest. So.
But we did. Well, we
I
had.
love Priest.
We had two comments on the Pantera thing. All right, Josh Whittington, which he's pretty much youth going wild too. He said it was an age thing. That's why he went with Pantera, which I can
And I
understand
get
that.
yeah.
And Fred Albrecht, which he's involved in this one.
Yes.
Fred's involved.
Yep.
He said always Slayer all day long.
But Slayer has that dedicated
Yeah.
Crew.
that it's
Yeah,
always going to be Slayer.
Oh, yeah.
And
And
I
it's
don't
just.
have a problem with that. I mean, that's dedication.
Oh, and it's
That's-
like, and it's no dish on Slayer at
No,
all.
I
I mean,
don't-
I
I
love
know.
their stuff, but I'm just like I said, if I roll up Pantera's, what I'm going to, and 68% said Pantera. So
Not much.
survey says
Yeah, that's right.
Not much.
so.
enough.
The next one, which somebody even, Mike Hardesty even apologized because it was Kicks and Guns N' Roses. Mike Hardesty went with Guns N' Roses, and he told me he was sorry because he knows I'm a huge Kicks fan.
That's me about you.
But when I saw this, I'm like, man, this ain't even going to be a competition. Dude, I was surprised. 62%.
Oh, see, we didn't.
62%.
He-
Well, yeah,
he-
but I'm
He's
excited.
going right into
I'm
it.
excited
He just
because,
dropped the gun.
dude, I'm excited because
I can tell.
Kicks
That's
ran
right.
with
With
Guns N'
Guns N'
Roses
Roses.
Nah, that's
by our
right.
audience. That is awesome.
So you
But
might as well.
all right, so we're gonna start it down there.
Kicks and Guns N' Roses. I'm going Kicks.
I'm on Kicks.
I mean, I'd probably go Guns N' Roses. Blow My Fuse left a taste in my mouth, but everything after the two album,
I don't care for the first two Kicks albums. as much,
and they're the
but-
ones that I actually like
Midnight Dynamite, best album.
because they were
Yeah,
raw.
Midnight
Midnight
Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Yeah,
But you
Midnight
look,
Dynamite.
I mean, of what Guns N' Roses. I mean, yeah, the first album,
Oh, Appetite.
undeniably, one of the pedestal albums
Yeah,
you're gonna
it's-
ever get.
It's in
But-
everybody's collection.
But you had GNR Lies, and then you kind of started fizzling out after that. Like
I
they
like
had
Lies.
their, I love Lies too, but it just kind of started fizzling out after that.
It was like they put too much, and it's not their fault.
no,
But Guns N' Roses come out with a blazing album and
Yeah.
could never hit that mark
High
ever
note
again.
again.
yeah. So I mean, for me, Kicks kind of started slow for me, but even though they, I mean,
And Steve Whitman is
They're-
just awesome on stage.
he is.
Yeah.
So.
He's
an
a great
awesome
front man.
Yeah, he's a
Well,
great
me and
frontman.
you were talking.
Now, if you would have went frontman, I would have took Steve Whitman over Axel any day.
Well, that's what me and him were saying. Live kicks all day long.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's no, it's not even.
Maybe back in the day, Axel, but
But
long
back-
run,
But then again, back in the day, he didn't like sticking around much.
And he was a douchebag. so-
Ask Metallica that
what-
question.
this ain't about what kind of person they are.
But
they
I
are.
will say the Steve Whitman you get nowadays is Steve Whitman you got in '81.
Yep.
The whole
I
time.
never saw him back then, but
I mean, he might not be able to kick white ties, but damn, the man's got to be pushing.
well,
You,
the man teaches vocals,
yeah.
so he knows how to keep himself.
When he taught
breathing.
Lizzie
And
how to
we've-
bring a
exactly.
powerful voice.
And we've seen him many times over the last 15 years.
Yeah, I've never seen a bad
And
show. Never.
He never sounds bad.
No.
Never sounds bad.
I mean, only
Never a sour note.
the worst
or-
kick show I ever saw was when it was a 4-piece and it still rocked.
Yeah, and and you could tell it was off.
Yeah,
And
because you
but
didn't have your second
had
guitars,
That guy that was missing, but yeah, and that wasn't anything on him. That was just all bands had that one
Yeah.
night bad. One.
Yeah, I
off
mean,
night.
if they're only getting one bad night out of 20 times
Yeah,
I've seen
I
them.
was gonna say, how many times have we seen them? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've not seen Guns N' Roses live, but I've seen enough live footage.
If you go see GNR now, you're going to see Duff and Slash.
Yeah.
I mean, because Axel, hell, you could be mine. He left out a whole damn line because he couldn't keep up. But, Slash he's a show.
Yeah. Well, for me, I'm not going to pay that much money to see.
Yeah, they're getting to where it's like going to see the Stones. I mean, it's a lot of money.
Ridiculous. I'm not paying that kind of money.
No.
That's not for me.
All right, so y'all ready for number 8?
Let's do it.
Wasp or Dio?
I'm going Wasp.
The Wasp.
I'm going Wasp.
I'm going Wasp.
Wow, there's our first where we all.
But it was a tie.
Wow.
Really? That was the tiebreaker?
Yeah, that was a tie.
Of the-
So we tied it. We fucking
we-
shared
No,
it.
we went through.
We went Wasp, but it was a tie, honestly.
That's cool.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
See,
I love
I
Ronnie.
think Dio was. I go the opposite way this time.
Well, I mean, how
that's
do
one
you-
band that I wish I would have gotten to see him before he passed.
Yeah.
I never got to see him live.
Yeah.
I really wish I could have. I've seen Wasp live. I was impressed live.
Yeah, I thought they were good live.
Yeah. I mean,
So that was your tie. You got one more tie coming up.
There's been 2 times. Wow.
All right, so we got best mascot, Eddie or Vic Rattlehead.
Ooh.
I'm going Eddie.
Well, Vic.
I'm going Eddie because, being the age, I saw Eddie before Vic.
Yeah.
You seeing Killers. God, that was like one of my first memories as a kid. Like, Killers, seeing Eddie like that. So, and then Trooper.
So, before we get too much further,
But the
now-
illustrations, man, like both of them are great.
Both great all album covers.
Yeah.
But Vic hasn't been on every album.
Yeah, you're probably right because he wasn't on Sympathy for Destruction.
I mean, there might be.
He wasn't on So Far So Good. So what?
Yeah, he was. He was the machine gun.
No, that wasn't him though. That was just.
I thought that was like a portrayal of him, but in like a.
Because I know
human
David
form.
just brought him back. He had said that he was going to bring Vic back because
Well, he wasn't on what was on the cover of Risk. That was like some weird
Mousetrap
yeah,
or
mouse
something.
or something. And then there was like a couple albums that didn't.
Gigantor didn't have.
Yeah.
But I guess every Maiden album
For me,
has Eddie
there
on
might
it,
have
right?
been like one or maybe two that I think they've had pretty much. I don't know.
I think he's been on every.
It might be.
I mean, he's like a staple.
That's comment section. Said he been on every single Maiden album.
Because I know there's several albums that I don't have.
Come on, Jerry. Jerry's racking his brain. I can see it.
He's going through the catalog.
I think smoke started. But for me, yeah, Iron Maiden. It's Eddie.
I can't remember.
I'm going Eddie.
All right, so thanks to Brian Weaver, He mixed it up a little bit.
Oh, he threw that tie
But
off.
before I go to Brian Weaver, John Page nailed it. He said legacy. I mean, Eddie is iconic.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
there's
agree.
no doubt about
I
it.
mean, you look at how many varieties of Eddie you saw.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it is when you see
how
Eddie.
many albums do they have out?
I
Like 20?
Probably close.
yeah, I think it is 20.
It's crazy.
It's close.
And then
I mean-
I think they're working on the new one.
Yeah. I mean, it's,
Still putting them out.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
to me, that's an
Yeah.
icon, mascot.
See, I have both masks. I have both of them. I got the Eddie mask and I got the Vic mask.
Yeah, because you wore the Eddie one for that Christmas
Yes,
one.
and I got the Vic one too. $70 a pop, but I didn't give a crap.
That's what you work hard for.
So this last one's going to be a tie too. I didn't
Oh,
look.
well,
No,
Did we hear the numbers?
no. So,
We didn't-
all right, I can get back to Brian Weaver's comment.
Right.
So Brian Weaver sent in. He said Alistair Fiend.
See, that's his mind.
He said he didn't. I was like, "Fuck, that's where I'm going." I was like, "It's
That
Motley
was
Crue."
the joke, that was-
I know it ain't
That
this or that,
that
but
was the original question.
That
he
wa-
told me like, no, you got to do
gotta be
this or
two.
that. Like, okay, fine.
But-
we got in
but you know, it's like
because I figured he would pick it out.
since I'm running the show, I'm like, man, I'm allowed to do this. I'm gonna let Brian Weaver. I'm gonna throw this in here, and I'm gonna be the number 2 for Alistair Fiend, and we're gonna tie Vic Rattlehead
Yeah, it don't work like
because
that.
Vic Rattlehead had Tracy Robinson and Shauna,
How about
which was
not?
cool to have 2 girls pick Vic Rattlehead.
Right.
That rocks.
Yeah.
And then 2 people pick Alistair Fiend. Me and
I
Brian
would,
Weaver.
even if he was in the mix, I still wouldn't do it.
I would
But
still
you
take
know,
that
Eddie
over.
is that
Eddie would be.
Eddie is iconic. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie all day long. You know, Eddie's gonna. If you do this poll anywhere,
I have a
Eddie is
feeling.
gonna be there
So
all
what
day
was the
long.
percentage just on those 2? You had 2.
81%
so-
went
81,
with
yeah.
Eddie.
I think it would be a strong 80+% if you did a mass poll.
Oh, worldwide, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
if
worldwide.
not higher, honestly.
I thought about bringing the masks, and I thought, nah.
You should have. You
I
should
thought, man,
have.
because I haven't had a chance to wear the Vic one
You could have
yet.
wore one, and then I could have wore one, or Love could have wore one.
All right, so this was the only one, and String done seen this. So I probably should have gave you a heads
I didn't
up.
see it. All I saw was tie, so I
It's
looked
a-
away. So
Yeah, this one was a tie, by the way. All right, Best Black Label Society album, 1919 Eternal or Mafia.
1919.
Go Mafia.
I didn't listen enough to either one of them.
I'm going Mafia. And the reason I've listened to both of them, and they both kick serious ass.
They do.
They are both killer albums. I'm like him. Besides Blessed Hell Ride, these are the
Yeah.
epitome
That-
of.
Yeah, you throw those. Well, you put Blessed in there. That's like probably the 3 favorites.
And
Yep.
when I listened to Mafia, the reason why Mafia got my vote was, as y'all know, we talked about Pantera earlier. Dimebag and Zach were like tight, thick as thieves.
Dick as Steve, that's a good way.
And In This River
Yeah.
was dedicated to Dime, and that's a freaking powerful song, powerful video, everything, and that was why Mafia got my vote. That was the only reason, because
That's a strong song, but for me, song for song, I'm going 1919.
oh, and that's a kick-ass album.
I mean, like you just said, I mean, both are great albums, but for me, I think song for song, 1919 gets it for me.
So
What all
now,
was on that?
I'm going Mafia.
You're like, I'm going Mafia. I don't know. Yeah, like I said, I don't listen enough of Black Label Society to know. But In the River was a good song.
Yeah.
yeah, and I mean that video, it's like, and it's well, yeah. I mean, you can tell how tight they were.
So you had Bleed For Me, for 1919, you had Bleed For Me, Lords of Destruction, Demise of Sanity, Life, Blood, Doom, Bridge Across, Battering Ram, Speedball, Graveyard Disciples, Genocide Junkies, Lost Heaven, Refuse to Bow Down, Mass Murder Machine, Berserkers, and America the Beautiful. America Beautiful.
All right, so what y'all think of Jerry's question?
I liked them.
Good.
Good.
You You did good, man. You did
talking about-
that's a solid right there.
So I guess the thing is, me and String were talking at work. It seemed like that last one we did kind of
It did good.
grew its own legs and it just
Yeah,
took off.
I think it did way better than we both anticipated
Yeah.
it doing.
So,
It's fun. I like doing these.
Yeah.
and Jerry did this set of questions. So if anybody out there wants to send us
Some question, 10
10
questions.
this or that questions,
This or that, 2 options.
yep.
Well,
Roll with it.
I'm gonna give you the bonus question. I can go ahead.
Oh, God.
Because I've been heard this something many times on here. George Lynch or J.E. Lee?
Jakey Lee.
See, that's what I was.
Jakey Lee.
Jakey Lee.
He's like,
I'm a
J.E.
Jakey
Lee
fan.
still love.
Nothing wrong with George. I grew up listening to George too, but Jakey for me, he's the man.
Yeah.
Badlands.
This might be the time Jakey gets some love.
Jakey's getting the love
Jakey's
at the end.
Jakey always gets love from
Yeah.
me.
He's
But
got that hit
he
in
does
the-
when it comes. But though when it's Zach and Randy, it's
Oh,
like.
yeah,
Yeah.
But now Jakey's like he's number one. He's
He
number
got
one
picked
right
there.
now.
He's on a pedestal.
So y'all, there's the question to ask. So
So yeah, that's your
Jakey,
off bonus
Jakey or
question.
Lynch?
Yes, Jakey Lee or George Lynch. Throw it in the comment section. And if you want to put Y, add it on there. If you don't, that's fine too.
We'll total that up and
Yeah.
give it at the end of
Yeah.
one or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that. And if you do have this or that, we're good.
Bring
with
it,
Yeah,
bring it
bring
in.
it
We'd
on.
love to see
I
what
guess you
y'all
could-
bring up for us.
And hell, if you live in the area and you want to do like Jerry did,
Come down, do one.
come
do
down
it.
and you just come on down here.
Come on down.
Come on down. You ain't gonna
Frank
get a
was
chili
right.
dog, but
Oh, chili dogs.
you got to bring the chili dogs.
Yeah.
So y'all want it,
We like hot dogs.
Yeah,
especially when Cinderella sings the.
Yeah.
yeah.
Chili dogs. All right, y'all ready to roll out here?
Yeah,
Because y'all
let's
know what
roll.
time this
We're
is.
going round and round back there.
Yep.
That's right.
Round and round.
Little rat
Yeah,
action.
that'd be another question.
Oh,
You go get it?
for another day.
It's
For
got to be
another
saved
day.
for another day.
Yeah, save it for another one.
And for future references, I gave Mike Hardesty the same thing. You need your sign out phrase.
You gotta have-
Oh,
you gotta
Just
think-
do
you
it.
got-
You don't need one right now. Just think on
Just
it.
think about it for next time.
Because we
In the
made
future.
you could use loves hate, but that's what we make Hardesty
Love,
use last
love.
time.
Hate.
But anyway, stay safe, stay strong.
Hate. Like and subscribe.
Till next time.
Peace.
Thanks, Frank.